Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A 21-year-old man is in the Pennington County Jail accused in a deadly shooting.
An investigation led police to Luke Birch, who was placed under arrest for first-degree murder from a shooting that took place at Candlewood Place Friday night. Residents were quick to call for help after the shooting took place.
I know that they're just doing the best they can. I mean, obviously, with all the different statements and everything, there's a lot of different information flowing around. So I feel like they're just kind of doing the best with what they have. And they're doing, I felt pretty safe here with them here.
The ongoing investigation is being conducted jointly between the Rapid City Police Department and the Pennington County Sheriff's Office. Authorities are searching for a 17-year-old boy who has been missing from the Miller area since late Saturday night. Hand County Sheriff Shane Croney tells KELOLAND News that they've been searching for Wyatt Rowland since Sunday. Law enforcement and volunteers have used 4 airplanes, a helicopter, drones, riders on horseback, and ATVs in their search.
They believe he was driving a red Dodge Dakota pickup. The early search focused in the Lake Louise area northwest of Miller. The sheriff tells us the search will resume this morning. Authorities in Brookings County are reminding residents to practice fire safety after a controlled burn got out of control over the weekend. It happened on the area of 207th Street and 486th Avenue Sunday afternoon. A resident was burning, crashed, and made sure that the fire was out before leaving.
When he came back, he found the fire had reignited and spread into a nearby field. Around 100 acres of grass were burned. Crews from Brookings, Hendricks, White, Aurora, and Elkton responded to the fire.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Perry. Good morning, everybody. Warm day today, not as warm as yesterday, but still well above average. 60s and 70s are in our forecast for today with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. High of 70 in Sioux Falls, 71 in Yankton. We have 63 today in Aberdeen and Pierre, 61 in Rapid City. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Starting Monday, work will begin once again on the 41st Street and Interstate 29 Diverging Diamond interchange just west of the Empire Mall in Sioux Falls. Traffic will be reduced to 1 lane in each direction from Terry Avenue to the bridge.
The Department of Transportation says crews will focus on the finishing touches and site cleanup over the next few months. The project is expected to be completed by this summer. Digital reporter Gracie Terrell has an update on this interchange in a KELOLAND.com original right here on our website. The St. Francis House is on the home stretch of repairs after a water pipe broke in January. Sioux Falls nonprofit offers transitional housing.
Case manager Tanya Perman's office was damaged because of the water. She got to move back in yesterday.
Love the color. Got a little bit of a color change. Love it. I'm ready to get back in and start working again.
The water also damaged another office, a bathroom, and the fitness room. Well, it was an electric atmosphere at the Denny Sanford Premier Center as the SDSU women beat USD to advance to the Summit League Championship. This in-state rivalry attracts all kinds of fans, young and old.
Kendra Jacobson is 10 years old, a basketball player herself. She looks up to the SDSU women because she says she'd like to play in the Summit League tournament someday.
They're good, and I can learn from them. Yeah. And they shoot their threes good.
The SDSU women will face another rival in NDSU for the championship this afternoon. On the men's side, the Jackrabbits will face Denver tonight.
And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Well, let's take a look at our weather picture. Of course, today, another mild day. We're behind, though, a weak frontal boundary, so we're going to tone it back, not quite to 80. Sioux Falls, we're thinking near 70 later this afternoon. Tomorrow, though, we're still fairly mild, and even with this forecast today, 60-degree to near 70-degree weather, way above normal. Can we get some rain? We could sure use some of that. Well, if we look at the particulars on Futurecast, what you're going to notice here, starting tomorrow, and I would say more into the evening and transitioning into Thursday, we've got a few spokes of moisture coming up out of Nebraska. The best way I would phrase this would be patches of rain. And if you're fortunate enough to get underneath some of these streaks of rain, there could easily be over a quarter inch of rain. I would kind of favor south central South Dakota, extending into western Nebraska. That seems like a favorable zone. This low track to our south will probably regroup, and there'll be more rain primarily in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. Not to say some of that can't sneak into Sioux Falls. There's still some data on the table trying to do that. But it's certainly at this point just a chance that we would pick up more substantial rainfall. I would tend to be a little more conservative on that and not go too high on our rain amounts, at least not yet on a Tuesday. We can wait later today, kind of see where this data slides. Next thing up for business will be a cold front. Now that's going to get here to kick off the weekend. There's more wind in our forecast by Saturday. It's going to turn blustery, colder, and I'm all inclined to bring these temperatures down as we get into early next week. Here's a little closer look at that European model forecast. This is what we call the ensemble. So this is kind of a weighted average when we look at all the pieces of data. And we're more inclined to say that darker blue band runs through central Nebraska into western Iowa. That would represent a half an inch of rain or more locally. But also the cautionary note is that you are looking at a fairly rapid decrease once you go north. So the farther north you live, Brookings, Watertown, the less and less chance that you're going to get anything substantial. And I would say for the most part, any of this that sneaks into South Dakota will do so in patches and streaks. So that's kind of our wording on that subject. I wish we had a little more because, frankly, this system is probably our best opportunity. We'll still hope that we can change things around. Maybe tomorrow the data look a little bit better, but that's kind of where we sit here on this Tuesday. 70 our high in Sioux Falls today. That's still exceptionally mild for this time of the year. We're going to slip to 65 tomorrow. We'll thicken our clouds. We'll call for a good chance of scattered rain on Thursday. I think the rain will be around. It's just not going to be raining all the time, and it's certainly not going to be raining everywhere. And then we'll get out of that pattern into Friday, pretty respectable at 51, and then we slide with that wind on Saturday. And I think right now probably upper 30s and low 40s early next week. Looking pretty likely. Aberdeen, you'll get a chance of some showers with some of this. Again, your heavier moisture totals are likely to be south, but I do want to make sure that we mention Aberdeen in particular because I've seen enough information to suggest that some of this is going to still try to go north. Same thing for Pierre. We'll pick up some shower chances as well starting tomorrow night and Thursday. Heavier, the more likely you are south toward the Nebraska border. And the Black Hills, same idea. We'll pick up some scattered rain. That window opens up tomorrow, and then that starts to close on Thursday afternoon. Check out the details online at KELOLAND.com.